Section 4.3 is on writing equations in point-slope form. So this is a third form of writing the equation of a line. Point-slope form looks like this. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1, where m is the slope, as it has been before, and x1, y1 is a point that lies on that line. And this y in the front here and this x right in the parentheses will stay x and y in your final equation. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. So this first example says write the equation of a line in point-slope form that has a slope of 2/3 and it passes through the point -1, 2, and then we need to graph it. So we have our slope, which is m, and we have a point, which is x1, and another point, x1, y1, I should say. Okay, so recall that point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So all we need to do really is plug in the values there. So y stays y, and we're going to take 2 for y1. My slope is 2/3. X stays x minus, and then x1 is -1 minus a -1. And the only thing I'm going to do to clean this up is make this x minus a -1 x plus 1. So y minus 2 equals 2/3 times x plus 1. And that's what point-slope form of the equation of a line looks like. And it's called point-slope form because you can look at it and say, well, there's a point, -1, 2, and the slope is 2/3. Now to graph it, we're going to use those two pieces of information. I'm going to start with the point -1, 2, okay, because I know that that's a point on the line, and then I'm going to use my slope, my m, to move. And a slope of 2/3 means up 2 and right 3, or down 2 and left 3. And there's the line that has a slope of 2/3 and passes through the point -1, 2. And there's its equation in point-slope form. Let's take a look at another example here. This one says write the equation of this line in standard form. You'll notice that it's written in point-slope form. The slope is 7/8, and the point that it goes through is 3, -2. Notice they're kind of opposites of each other, what might seem to be opposites. But I need to turn this into standard form. Recall that standard form is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are integers, that is, they're not fractions or decimals, and a has to be a positive number. So the first thing I'd like to do is distribute that 7/8. So y plus 2 equals 7/8 x minus 21/8. So I just treated that as 3/1 and just multiplied across the top and the bottom. At this point, don't freak out about the fractions. Let's just get our x and our y on the left side of the equal sign. Or actually, maybe it would be better. Let's take care of the fractions right now. To do that, I'm going to multiply the whole equation by 8. And I'm going to distribute 4 times. Now, why did I choose 8? Because that's the denominator of my two fractions. So when I do that, I'm going to get 8y plus 16 equals, so this is like 8/1 times 7/8. That's going to give me 7x minus 8/1 times 21/8 gives me a 21. Now I'm out of fraction land, and I can continue putting it into standard form. Let's subtract 7x on each side. That's going to give me -7x plus 8y plus 16 equals a -21. And let's subtract 16 on both sides. And that's going to give me -7x plus 8y equals a -37. And I'm very close, except that my value of a can't be negative. So I'm going to just multiply everything by a -1. And distributing that -1, I get 7x minus 8y equals 37. And that's how you turn a line from point-slope form into standard form. So once you distribute, if you have to get rid of a fraction, do that by multiplying by the denominator. And my last example here says write the equation in slope-intercept form. So recall slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So this is in point-slope form. I need to write it in slope-intercept form. My first step is going to be the same as in the previous example. I'm going to distribute, get rid of the parentheses. And actually, this is very close. This is quite easy because notice when it's written in slope-intercept form, the equation is solved for y. So all I need to do is add 10 to both sides to get y all by itself. So y equals 4x plus 34. And that's how you turn equation of a line from point-slope form into slope-intercept form. So it's really cool. You can actually have one line and write it in either standard form, ax plus by equals c, slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, or point-slope form, y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. And that's what we saw and learned how to do in this lesson.